Hello, it's me. Hope you had a good weekend. It is hot. Hot, hot, hot. I'm gonna touch up my brows. I'm using my brow pencil, or it's called brow liner. Off my Younique website. How's everybody doing today? Just need a little touch up here. Good enough. We have a brow pencil, or we have our Moodstruck Brow Obsession palette. And there's 3 different palettes. This is the brunette. We have a blonde palette and a dark brunette palette. And this is really nice. It's going to last you a long time. And it has a wax that helps the powders adhere to your lashes, and it also helps, or brows, and it also helps tame those wild eyebrows. But as you can see, it's got 2 different kinds of powder, the wax, and then we have highlighters, which you can clean up underneath your brow with and highlight your brow bone. Yep, really, really nice. I have the brunette. And then we also have this brow liner. I have the medium, which is brunette / auburn, and it's really thin. See how thin it is? Got that, and on the other end I have a spoolie, so you can blend and comb through. Nice, nice, nice. All right, today I'm going to be using palette number 1. This is mostly neutral. It's got a mixture of shimmers and a mixture of matte colors. Nice, nice, nice. We have a total of 6 palettes, if you include our anniversary palette. I have 5 of them. Let me show you real quick. I have palette number 1, which we're going to use today. Palette number 2, which is grays, taupey grays. Palette number 3. Some pretty colors there. Palette number 4, and then palette number 5. Look at those. And then palette, I call it palette number 6, but it's our anniversary palette. That is all glitter shades. All right, and our June bundle, you will get to pick one of these palettes. You get to pick one of those palettes. You get to choose a color lip stain. You'll get our brand new, you can't even buy it off the website. It's only included with our bundle. Our brand new liner brush, which you can also use as a lip brush. And then you get a makeup bag to go with it. All right. So today I am going to be using our cream foundation. We have all kinds of foundations. We have our cream foundation, which is a dewier finish. If you have a problem with dry skin, you might want to get the cream foundation. We have our liquid touch foundation, which dries to a powder finish. We have our loose powder foundation, and we have a pressed powder foundation. We also have what we call BB cream. It's a tinted moisturizer for your face. Real light coverage, moisturizes, and it's tinted, so you can use it as a light coverage foundation. All right, So first thing I'm going to do, instead of using our primer today, it's pretty hot today. So I want to create a barrier because I'm going to sweat today at work, guaranteed. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray my blending bud with our setting spray, and I'm going to tap that on and let that dry. And that's just going to seal. It's going to create a barrier so that any oil or sweat from my face will not melt off my makeup. And it also helps fill in the lines and pores so that your makeup stays on top of your face instead of getting in those fine lines and pores. All right, so just tapping it on. Now I use my setting spray for a lot of things. I use it to moisten my sponges to help blend. I use it as primer. I use it to dampen my brushes when I use my shadow as liner, or if I want to, it's what you call foiling. If I want to pat on a shimmer or a glitter shadow, I always wet my brush first before tapping into the color. And I also use it to set my makeup when I'm all finished. So it's a good product to have in your makeup bag. All right, so I'm just gonna let that dry. Okay, and again, that was setting spray. Just tapped it all over my face on a sponge. All right, so we're gonna let that dry, and then we are going to be using our cream shadow. And I have the color Taffeta. Okay. All right, so all you do, just swirl your brush around in there, and then I like to tap it on my face first before I start blending it in. And again, I'm using the color Taffeta. Now this is going to give you medium coverage. It's not going to give you full coverage. It's going to give you good coverage, but it's not going to give you full coverage. So if you have something on your face that you want to cover up, you're going to have to combine this foundation with either the concealer or our pressed powder foundation or our loose powder foundation. You can tap that on right over the top of this. And I'm using our powdered concealer brush because it's got that little fluffy end along with the big end here, and I like it because it gets in all these areas here. Okay, and you just start blending it in. And don't forget your ears. You want your ears to match your face. Bring it down under here. Get up in your hairline. You're going to get really good coverage. And this is a cream foundation, so it's not going to dry to a powder finish. It's going to remain a cream. And we're going to kind of take away some of the dewiness when we use our setting powder. All right, make sure it's blended in really good. Kind of tap it in. All right. Okay, so I have all that on. I'm really loving my short hair. Really liking it. Especially in this heat. Oh, God. Okay, so now that I have that on, I'm going to do my eyes before I add my concealer, because I like to use my concealer to help clean up any powder from blending that ends up down here on my cheek. Okay. Okay, Christine, I hope you feel better. I know you're on the mend, and this heat probably doesn't help. All right, so using my blending brush from Younique, see how poofy it is? Really good to have a nice soft brush like this to blend your shadows. What I'm going to do, palette number 1, is I'm going to take this nude color. It's a matte color called Elated. And I'm going to put it all over my lid as a base. Okay? So we're just going to go all over the lid. Like so. Just a nude color. Okay? So I hope everybody had a good weekend. I know it was so hot. A lot of you probably didn't even leave the house. Good weekend to stay in the air conditioning. Okay, so I have a base on. Elated. All right. So now I'm going to take my crease brush. And I'm going to tap into Chipper. And that's a matte, it's like a cocoa brown color. And I'm just going to go right in the crease area. Okay? And I'm going to kind of blend it out as I go. Just a nice little nude look today. Okay? And you can tap a little more. You want a little darker. And these crease brushes are really nice because you have a lot of control on where you put the shadow. And just blend it out. Okay. So now we're going to do the other eye. And we're going to blend all that out with our blending brush. I'm just applying it, and I'm putting a little here in the outer corner. Create a V. And I'm going a little above my crease because I have a partially hooded eyelid, which means my upper lid kind of comes down on top of my lower lid. And I want you to see that color I'm putting in there. So I go just a little above. Okay? So I have that color on, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it out using the blending brush. I'm going to lightly go back and forth like a windshield wiper. Go around and around here. Okay, now we're going to blend over here. Really simple to do. Just go back and forth, and you can always add more color if you want to. See how soft that brush is? Really good brush to have. And if you want, you can tap in and just kind of add it where you think you need more. once again, blend it out. Okay, so we have that all blended out. So far I've used Elated, which is a nude color, all over the lid. And then in the crease, using my crease brush, I applied Chipper. And I put it just right in the crease, and then I blended it all out with our blending brush, okay? So now on the lid, I want a lighter color. I want a little shimmer. So I'm going to use this Sincere, and it's kind of a taupe color, all right? And to use that, I'm going to tap in. I'm going to use a flatter brush here. All right? And I'm just going to kind of just put it on the actual lid area. Okay? I'm going to go over here to the corner. Not all the way though, because I have that darker color there, which we are going to darken up. See how pretty that is? Go over here, and this is palette number 1, in case you're wondering. 7 different shadows. So you can do all kinds of different looks. 7 shadows. And I'm actually going to use the darkest color in this palette as eyeliner today. All right. Looking good. Okay, so I'm going to tap in just a little darker here in the corner. Just a little bit darker. And all these eyeshadows are buildable, which means you can just keep adding until it's as dark as you want it. Okay? So now I'm going to blend just here like this, because I want that color to stay there in the corner. Just very lightly. Okay, now I think I want to add a little more of that shimmer. I want to go up under the brow area. Hi Deb, how are you today? Thank you. Okay. Add a little highlight under there, and then you can kind of soften it up a little if you like. See? Just a pretty little nude look today. Just a look that you could do for every day. All right? So that's all I'm going to do. And all of that was from palette number 1. And I will be using this Forthright, this really dark color here, as liner. Okay, so now I'm going to put my concealer. And I'm just going to very lightly squeeze some of this out because this is very thick. And you don't need a lot. I'm going to highlight my nose. And I'm going to highlight just certain areas of the face. And make sure you bring it down. Don't just leave it under your eye. Bring it down in the shape of a triangle. Okay? So instead of using my blending bud today, I'm just going to use my foundation brush, and I dampened it, and I'm just going to tap this in. Just tapping it in. Make sure it gets in there. And this is where you clean up. Okay. All right. So tap, tap, tap. All right. And this here you can drag upward so it highlights up here. And this concealer will cover anything. All right. And gently tap it in down here. Kind of clean up over here. Get those dark circles out of there. All right. And just tap it in now. Okay, and we are going to use our blending powder or our setting powder to set this. Okay? It's called baking. And what you do, now this is translucent powder, and what this does is it's going to set your concealer so it doesn't go anywhere. And you're going to just kind of pack it on here, and it's really light and translucent. And you're going to pack it on wherever you put that concealer. And you're going to let it sit on your face. And don't worry how it looks now, because I'm going to come through with a poofy brush. I'm going to brush away the excess. But you leave it on your face for a good 5 minutes so that your body temperature helps that setting powder set your makeup. Okay? All right. Okay, so we're going to leave that alone. Now I'm going to finish contouring, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bronzer to do that. We have 3 different kinds. I have the medium, the Hermosa. There's one darker than this, and there's one lighter than this. It's got a little shimmer to it. It's really pretty stuff. Gives you that little summer glow. And what I do, you suck it in, and then you go up to your ear. Okay, and then I just kind of feather it out a little bit here. All right, and that highlights your upper cheek area. All right, just kind of feather it out, and it makes your face appear thinner. And then I like to add a little color up here. This will also help shorten your forehead. And make sure you get up in the hairline. And we're going to blend all this out using our setting powder, the same stuff that I put underneath my eyes. And then make sure you get under here, darken it up under here. If you have any loose skin or a double chin, it just kind of helps hide that. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to add a little touch of color on my cheek, and I'm going to use our pressed blush. I've had this since October. Look how much I've got left. A lot. And I use the color Scandalous. All you have to do is tap, okay? And then I just kind of tap it on. Just on the upper cheek area here. All right. Okay. So now I'm going to set everything with my setting powder. First, I'm going to remove the excess. And what it does is it actually works as a Photoshop. It actually blurs, kind of blurs everything together. And it's also going to take away some of that dewiness that you're going to get from our cream foundation. Okay. All right. And it's setting your makeup for the day. Okay. All right, so as I said, I'm going to use the darkest color in our palette number 1. I'm going to use that. It's Forthright. I'm going to use that as an eyeliner. And what I like to do is I just take a liner brush and I squirt it with my setting spray. Love, love, love my setting spray. And I'm going to tap in I'm just going to tap into that. Load up my brush. And then from the outside in, now this is a dark brown. Make sure you get way down by your lashes. And see how nice that works as a liner? So I'm going to come over here and do the other one. I'm looking at my phone, so it's kind of hard to... And then I'm going to... And I do have one coat of mascara on because I was out running some errands this morning. But I'm going to show you how you can add a second coat easily, because your lashes remain soft with our mascara. And when you go over the already dried mascara, it almost like acts like it reactivates everything. And now I'm going to come down. I'm not going to come down all the way across. I just like to come down in the corner here. See? Easy, easy, easy to do. You can do your whole eyes with one palette. Okay? So now I'm going to get my mascara, my Epic mascara, and I am going to add a second coat. Now watch. See how soft they are? They are not stiff. Oh, I did it. Every time I do, every time, because they're so long. But it's so easy to add a second coat if you want more dramatic looking lashes. Now our mascara is not waterproof, it's water resistant. And I like that because when I go to take my makeup off, I don't want to be rubbing and tugging and pulling at my eyes. Because when you get older, your skin is thinner and it does not bounce back like it used to. Okay, and I'm going to put a second coat over here. nice and soft yet. See that? And I added that first coat this morning. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to set everything I've done with my setting spray. It's a fine mist. Set your brows. Okay, it smells really good too. It smells so good. Good for your face. I think I'm going to add a little highlight. And which one do I want to use? I think I'm going to use my Nude Shimmer Press Powder, Gentle. I do this a lot. And I'm just going to use the end of my blending bud and kind of tap it on. See that shimmer? And this just makes your skin appear healthy, glowing. Your upper cheek here. Now you can use your finger too if you wanted to, but I like using my sponge. Tap it in. Okay. Hi Tammy, how are you? Are you enjoying that grandbaby? All right. See? You can use our powder Gentle. You can use Slick. Now this is more of a rose gold. I like to use Optimistic, which is this ivory colored shimmer. You can use our shadows, or if you want to use our cream to powder foundation, with all different kinds of this. We also have all different kinds of powdered highlighters. This is like a, almost like a bronzer. This one here, Iridescent, it's the lightest one we have. I like to use that up under the brow. Let's see if we can do that right here. Kind of lighten things up under there. Ooh. Good stuff. Good stuff. And I'll attach my website. Oh, I know. It almost makes you wish that you were young again and could have more kids. Almost. But now that I'm older, I enjoy my sleep. I enjoy my sleep. But they're precious. Precious little babies. All right. Let's do a lip. I think I'm just going to stick with the nude theme. And I got to find my... And I'm just going to do my Opulence lipstick in this pretty nude color. And this is Well To Do. All right. We have so many different lipsticks. And we have liners that go with all of our lipsticks, if you like to line your lips. Sometimes I'll take the liner, oh, I can't find it here now, Pouty, which is a really nice nude. And sometimes I'll line my lips with that See if I can do this in the phone. And sometimes I like to use this all over my lips as a lipstick. And if you want a good hack, they say that if you put concealer all over your lips first and kind of pat it out with a sponge and then add your lip color, it will last longer and the color will be more vibrant. But this is the liner pouty, and I'm kind of cheating. Kind of making my lips look a little fuller. So I'm going up above them a little bit. See? Pretty. Pretty, pretty. All right. I think I'm done for the day. If you have any questions about anything that I used today, just send me a message. We have all kinds of specials going on my website, and I will pin the website to this video when I'm off. But we have brushes, we have skincare, highlighters, setting spray, setting powder. We have a new setting powder out, which is tinted. It's loose, and it has a brush that pops out. And it's just something you can throw in your purse. And it's SPF 25. So you put your makeup on, and then you go over it with this tinted setting powder, and you're going to get sunscreen. Okay, so you're going to be able to go out in the sun and protect your skin and look good at the same time. Brand new product out. It's on my website. Or you can just use it as foundation, just by itself. Good stuff. Thank you. Yeah, it's just a little nude look. I got this little frock on here. It's kind of like a taupe color, so I thought I'd just kind of do something to go with that. But yeah, all kinds of stuff going on the website. You gotta click the link. It'll take you to my website. Check it out for yourself. All right. Okay, well, have a fantastic Monday, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you Wednesday for sure. I know tomorrow I have to go to Madison. My sister has some doctor appointments, and I said I would take her. So if I'm not on tomorrow, I'll see you Wednesday for sure. All right? Take care, and have a fabulous Monday, and thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, all of you. Thanks. Bye-bye.